It's your favorite news and current affairs program reaching you live from TVC News. And I still have Adekunle Yusuf and Dotun Oladipo with me in the studio. Now, we move. The name ASUU, which translates to the Academic Staff Union of Nigeria, is becoming synonymous with strike. Fresh strike by the university lecturers is looming after ASUU threatened to down tools over alleged refusal of the Accountant General of the Federation to pay salary and remit check-off dues over 1,000 staff for 13 months. Chairman of University of Jos chapter of ASUU, Lazarus Magoro, accused the Accountant General Ahmed Idris of systematically denying the lecturers their pay even after government and the union had reached agreement on non-victimization of its members following the last strike. Dotun, let me start from you. You know, when you are suspending an action, when you want to call off a strike, and there's this pact between the labor union and government, that for those of our members that acted somehow, automatically they'll be forgiven, and their actions during that strike will not be used against them. The federal government is standing on its no work, no pay arrangements, and since ASUU accepted to go back to the classroom, there's some months that these guys are expecting, and they've not gotten the month, and they're saying, look, they might be forced to go to do what they know how to do best.
Well, if you recollect on this program, I'm one of those who came up and said, see, government should be allowed to decide how it wants to pay its workers. But at the same time, if government has gone into an agreement with the union, it shouldn't go back. This is the problem that we have always had. Let me add to this issue. Just yesterday also, the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities,
That's SANU,
says it's also going to go on strike.
Yes, because of the staff school.
Because of the staff school issue.
Staff school teachers that
and
they want to remove from the 2021 budget.
This 2022, this even has the backing of the court, National Industrial Court, that says, so, look, these people are right. So where you have an agreement, you have a court ruling, and then again with SANU, you have said, yes, you are going to keep this, then I think that something is wrong with government. I think because in the case of SANU, they are also blaming the budget office for this. So what the big question to ask is, in going into agreement with unions, has there been any government in this country that has been sincere? Because this has been the issue. 10 years ago, an agreement was signed. We are here now talking about that same agreement. Not again, being resigned and not again being implemented. I don't know what we can say the problem is. Because if the president has said, please go ahead and do this, then who are those within the system that are holding it?
Now, do you think it's necessary to shut down the university at this time again? Now, let me even bring an argument. Do you think the government, the way it's structured now, the way they are financially now, can continue to bear the burden of these federal universities? Don't you think it's high time we just look for an alternative way of sponsoring these tertiary institutions than also that we put up the burden, because it's not looking realistic again?
Believe me, unless you want to punish the parents who are already impoverished.
You went to school in Wisconsin at a point in time.
But I also attended Unilag.
Wait now.
Okay.
The model, there's a model in those other countries.
In America?
Yes.
We've not got to that stage. I must be very, very honest. I must be very, very honest. You pay through your nose in that place.
Yes,
in America, the American government is responsible for your education from the age you are 5 to the time you complete your secondary school. every other thing, you pay. You get my point?
And
And
even
you
if
pay
you are-
heavily.
If you access loan,
No.
if you access loan,
That's where I'm going.
uh-huh.
You pay heavily.
But there's-
And when you pay, there are opportunities for you. You can borrow money.
Yes, yes.
There are the ones from government, the ones from various. So you continue to pay.
so that when you get a job in
you
future, they'll start
you may
to
even pay till you
collect the
retire
money.
from service.
Yes,
But
to go and study medicine. I have somebody that went to study medicine. I had to borrow from government.
Obama didn't complete his payment till he became president. Even when the president, he was still paying. President, when he was
go
in office.
to
Yes.
this Ivy League.
Yes, you know, he attended Ivy League school, pick up PhD and all. Now, in Nigeria, we are not yet there. You know the poverty level in our country. You know the level of unemployment. You know the level of everything. Let me tell you, when you say the government cannot cope, under this president alone, how many universities, colleges of education, private, polytechnics, institutes have they, established new ones?
It's not about
If you
establishing new ones.
No,
but
if you
about
don't have-
maintaining the ones we
If
have
you
on
don't-
ground.
I said if you don't have money to maintain what you have, why are you coming
you
up with new
establish?
one? You have children, and you are telling me you don't have money to take care of them, to feed them. Why are you giving birth to new children? You will hold up.
That is the point where I said our representatives, we need to look at them again. Because what they go into the National Assembly to do is to clamor for federal presence. We want University of Agriculture in our area.
University of
So
Medicine,
they push
College
for
of
it, they
Medicine,
push for it, and they get it. They are not thinking of funding. Until we get the basics right. That is the economy. The reason for our coexistence. Really. We can't get all of these things right. Because when you come, when a particular child from a location says, I want to move from that location and go to another one to go to school, that school is already talking of catchment area. It's already talking of serving people in this geopolitical zone. So everybody is clamoring for something that is my own. And in serious countries, in people who have come together to say we want to live together, that is not the basis for existence. It is using merit to go where you want to go. It is knowing that if I appear here, I say I'm from Benue State, and I appear in Oyo State, I'm going to be accepted. So everybody is now clamoring for universities, and then these universities are not self-sustaining. The economy cannot even withstand it.
I have Ada. Ada is calling us from Jos.
Hello, good evening.
evening.
Your crew, journalist crew. It's Ada from Jos.
Good evening.
All right.
Until the government gives the education its part of place, we will continue to have strikes in this country. Look at what they are doing. Everywhere they are having one university or the other. Almost every village is going to have a university now. And as I saw it coming, because I don't know how they used to end up with the government, with broken agreements, broken promises, and what have you. Please permit me to plead with NEDECO. NEDECO, if it is a joke that they are taking for suspension of 2023 election until enactment of a new policy, please, if it's a joke, let them stop it. That joke has gone beyond the elbow. I beg. Let us amend it the way we amend it. The important thing is the evolution of power is the most important thing. Well, if we can get that true federalism, that is more important. Let them stop that nonsense. So, Nigeria, the way let's not give up on this country.
Thank you, Ada.
She has
Thank you for your
spoken.
front contribution.
She has spoken. So you heard what she said. There's no way any government can come up to say it's not sustainable. If it's not sustainable, why are you coming up with new ones? During Jonathan time, remember, it got to an even ridiculous level that they said they realized that some states didn't have federal university. They want to make sure that every state in Nigeria has one federal university, and they did it.
Yes, they established.
There's
So
something-
he did phase one, he did phase two. At the end of the day,
Federal University,
every state in Nigeria now has a federal university. Believe me, is that part of a federal thing? Believe me, what we have, the money you are spending on that, you could have been spent to expand the existing ones you have. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, nobody can argue and change my mind that the government doesn't have money to take care of it. No, the government doesn't prioritize education in Nigeria. So whatever they prioritize, they do have money to go.
We can actually get quality from the government link purse. Can they fund education?
I don't share it that government is not prioritizing education, because education is not the only thing we are talking about in this country.
Facing
bad roads,
different infrastructure,
power,
security.
All of these are things that also need attention. So what do we need to do? For me, the argument is strengthen the economy in a way that the naira has value. It can compete. For instance, if these universities need 200 pints of chemical, as an example, if 10 years ago that chemical is being sold in the US at $10, if you go back to check, it is either the cost has come down or it has remained stable.
The same if it's in the year.
But it is here in Nigeria that we are spending more money to purchase because our naira is weak. We need to get it right that the naira must be strengthened. It is also the same problem with payment of staff and all the rest. We are making more money in terms of volume.
And we must ensure stability
in terms of volume. But we are not, it's not quality enough.
This fluctuation.
Like you said, how many people can afford it? If, for instance, I'm on the minimum wage ladder and I earn 30,000 naira, and that 30,000 naira is equivalent to $30,000, I shouldn't have a problem sending my children to school. So we must address the economic factor, because that is where the real issue is. So much money, a private university, you pay about 2 million, 1.5, 2 million for a session, because that is what is realistic. That is what is realistic in terms of the value of the naira. So we need to work on these things. The government cannot prioritize education to the extent of neglecting other things. We're already suffering. Power, for instance. So many artisans can't work. Tariff going up. Towards the end, I think May 29, I recharged my prepaid meter at 702 units. By middle of June, 2 weeks after, about 40-something thousand naira was gone into payment for power. So how do we continue to run like that and say we can't face only one sector? What we need to do is to address the peculiarity of it. Focus and see what are the things we can do within.
So how do we stop this perennial strike? Because before you say Jack Robinson now, also will tell you that we're going back.
As far as I'm concerned, whatever you prioritize will be important to you. Yeah. Why are you always having problem with ASU? That's what I mean by not prioritizing education. Okay. I didn't say they should put all the budget into education. There's no development I can do without the human factor. It will fail. So we are saying, if not for TED fund, our university would have collapsed, maybe. Yeah, but it's also for federal government that is funding TED fund. Thank God that the government came up with that idea. So we are now saying, when you have an agreement, please honor such agreements.
Exactly.
Honor it pays. In fact, it makes things work. It helps the government. No, we are in agreement with this. You can go to sleep. You are sure that the government will honor the agreement. Yeah. But in Nigeria, with ASU, with other unions, that's why all our unions, they now know that the best way to get government, to appear serious, to go on strike. Believe me, we should change that narrative. It's not good for anyone.
And also, let me add, sir, that these people who have been identified as clogs in the wheel of executing this memorandum of understanding should be dealt with. A man cannot come and hold the system to
answer. They're asking them to join IPPIS,
yes, which they don't want to. Fine, but there is now an agreement that this is the way we are going to run. Look at the case of Sisano, for instance. The agreement was, come. Already we gave these people employment letter. And the employment letter states that it's the federal government that will pay. So let's do it like this. Let all those who have been employed for now run through the system until when they retire. Those who are coming in afresh, the university takes care of them. Because you recollect that we once had this discussion here. And it's like you can't be making money internally as a university and be putting all your burden on the federal government. Those staffs who are they are generating funds for you. You might say, okay, maybe the amount you charge is minimal because it's your staff who are there and all the rest. But you generate something, and then the teachers are being paid by the federal government.
All right.
Who does that?